And along with comedian Natalie Cuomo, we welcome in Tommy Victor.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going? Looking good, brother.
Same here, man. Same to you.
You got
Congratulations on the show. It looks really great. I mean, I'm looking at it. It's amazing.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun over here. And, basically, I'm doing that metal show, but, without, those other two guys. I'm affordable. So
You're the better looking of the three.
Yeah, well, but listen, that's like, that's like saying which one is the better one in the Golden Girls, It doesn't really mean that much. Now I'm looking at you, man. You have the Rude Awakening video haircut again.
I know. Yeah.
Did you do that on purpose? Is this a fashion statement or?
No, it was an accident. I recently got married, so the parents, the whole deal. So I had a real wedding back home in New York. So
yeah,
it's great.
I didn't want to have the really long hair, and
No, you did.
But anyhow, I like it. I'm going to stick with it for a while. I like it.
Yeah, well, you've looked different over the years, and the band has looked and sounded different over the years. And I was just talking to the author of this Kiss book, and just kind of marveling at how much they sort of were able to change with the times. Talk about what Prong's been up to. You know how much of a fan I've been of the more recent stuff, and what's now led up to this EP.
A lot of touring recently, and we put out 6 records in 5 years, as you know. And when it came to making another full-length album, we figured, hey, let's just do an EP this time. So that's what led to this Age of Defiance record.
Yep.
So we got 2 new songs and then 3 live versions of classic Prong songs: Rude Awakening, Another Worldly Device, and Cut Rate from Cleansing.
Yeah.
And it is 25 years of Cleansing anniversary this year, so we figured we'd throw those in. And then Rude Awakening is going to have an anniversary, so maybe we'll do a tour for that. And anyway, we've been really busy. The band has been very active. We toured America recently with Hatebreed, Obituary, Agnostic Front. So we've been really busy. We go on back to Europe, promoting this record in February, and it's been great, man. I mean, churning out a lot of records on Steamhammer SPV Records, and it's been great.
Yeah, and really keeping with the classic Prong sound, even though you've switched out some band members. Obviously, Art Cruz is not playing drums in the band anymore. He's gone over to Lamb of God. Who do you have drumming with you now? Aaron
Rossi, who I played with in Ministry, and before that he was in Prong. Right. He was on the Power of the Damager record.
Right.
And then Al stole Aaron from me back then.
and Madonna stole Monty Pittman.
Sorry?
And Madonna stole Monty Pittman from you.
Yeah, that's right.
His guitar player went to Madonna.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's been the story of, actually Blasco played in Prong briefly, and we've had a lot of guys in and out, but Aaron's back, and he's a powerhouse. So, Art we miss. I mean, Art was amazing, and, those guys saw his talent, so they took him. So we're happy for him.
Yeah, last time I saw you guys, he was still playing in the band. And, of course, still got Jason Christopher holding down the low end. So, the show. Now, I noticed you pretty much, I don't know, for Cleansing, did you concentrate more heavily on that album in 2019? But you usually play a lot of stuff off of that anyway, right?
Hey, it's the most popular record, and people are familiar with Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck, and Broken Peace, the songs that we did videos for. So MTV was really supportive of that record, and it was on Beavis and Butthead. And so we stick to those classic songs as the focal point for the tours and for the live show.
Yeah. How are the fans of Prong reacting to all this new output when you play it live?
There's a lot of new Prong fans that have come about that are really into the new records. But I did a recent article for Kerrang, and I rated all the Prong albums, the original records. And that doesn't include the EPs and the live records and the remix records. But it was a really weird response. I mean, it was all over the place. I mean, people. I was really surprised at how much they liked the new ones. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I'm not really that in contact with them, but the hardcore fans are really into the newer records, like which includes
Ruining
the last one,
Lives,
Zero Days,
Zero
and
Days, yeah.
No Absolutes. So I was shocked at that. But I mean,
Cool.
Cleansing is going to be primarily the big popular record. So they still are really loyal to that one. But I mean, we've got a good response from the new ones.
Yeah, and honestly, man, because to me, Ruining Lives, if it's not your best, it's up there. It's in the top three. For me, and maybe it's just where I kind of discovered Prong. To me, Rude Awakening is one of my favorite albums ever. So I hope you'll do something to commemorate that one. But I think you even said like that wasn't maybe one of your more successful albums.
Yeah, I have a problem with that. I rated that really low, and I got a huge backlash from fans saying that's the greatest thing ever. I guess it was basically because I wasn't happy with the mixes of it, and the band broke up right after that. So there's sort of external reasons why I may not be really into that record that much. But after listening back to it, I'm pretty proud of it. I mean, it set a new standard for metal, really, because it broke some ground. I mean, it was sort of an industrial metal record, but it still was hardcore. It was New York hardcore, industrial, and thrash all combined. So bands took that and did their own thing with it, and I'm proud of that. I mean, it's a groundbreaking record, I think, for a lot of people. I mean, I know Tony Campos from Static X. He's always like, "Man, we listened to that record when we were doing, our records, and that was the standard, So I'm proud of that. It was by accident. I mean, it's how we just developed.
Yeah. I think that's what I recognized in it is all those elements that you mentioned, the hardcore, New York hardcore, thrash, and all those elements in there. Do you think, you had that 5-year hiatus, Tommy? Do you think that helped recharge your batteries, or did you think you were done at that point?
Well, I thought I was done. I mean, I was applying for jobs at like fast food restaurants. Like I was really happy when In-N-Out.
Don't say it.
They gave me a chance. I was like, yes. It was back then. It was like $10 an hour. So I was like, man, a regular job. This is going to be great. But right when that happened, I got a phone call. It's like, you want to make another Prong record? And I was like, yeah, all right, let's do it. And, it wasn't. After a while, I got energized. It took me from playing with Glenn and then Al, being strictly a side guy, where I was like, you know what, I got to focus more on Prong, and that happened around 2011, 12, and I've been really focusing more on Prong since then. Although I'm still playing with Glenn and helping him with his records. So there wasn't really suddenly this revelation of doing Prong again. It just took over a period of time. I wound up doing it.
Yeah. Do you think the hiatus and just in some weird way did sort of help you just clear your head for a little bit, so that when you came back to it, you sort of had that hunger and focus again?
I didn't really think about it that much, but that's a good point. Maybe I did do that. It's a weird thing when you're playing in a band and you're writing songs. It's you depend on inspiration, and sometimes it's got to come out, so it's got to come around. So I went into this dark hole for years, and then I emerged like the Phoenix. I was like with this classic story, and that may happen again. I don't know. You just go away for a while and reemerge.
Yeah, but if I ever go to the drive-through at In-N-Out Burger and you're working there, I'm quitting. I'm listening to country music from now on. I can't have that, Tommy. So
how about Five Guys?
Yeah, all right, maybe Five Guys, because we got a lot of those in Jersey here. So
White Castle.
Maybe a Castle. Yeah, see, I could see you at Castle. That could work, but no In-N-Out Burger.
I got Impossible Burgers, so Impossible White Castle, so I can hang it. at that.
Yeah,
So.
Right.
yeah, because
Those are
you're
pretty good.
he's a vegetarian. Tommy's a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I'm a vegetarian
Too.
and Natalie's a vegetarian. 3
Oh
vegetarian
yes.
heads.
There
Okay.
you go.
Cool.
Well, I always figured if it was good enough for Geezer Butler, it's good enough for me, right?
He's the man. I mean, come on. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
You mentioned one of the guys that got me started, so that's a good call. I love Geezer and early Sabbath, man. I mean, that changed my life. That's why I'm doing this.
That's fun. That's interesting, Tommy, because I've never heard in interviews or I've never talked to you about it, but yeah, about your influences, man. I guess I can hear some Geezer, in obviously you could hear Sabbath in a million bands, but so
Exactly.
Geezer's one of the guys that sort of made you want to pick something up and strum on it.
I played bass originally, like all through my teenage years, and then even right before Prong, I mean, I was playing bass. So, when I saw California Jam and I saw Geezer with the hands and going crazy, I was like, that's what I want to do. It was like, for some crazy reason, I was just fell in love. And Tony, I mean, like that Sabbath. During Sabbath Bloody Sabbath period was just blew my mind totally, and Deep Purple and those were the two metal bands back when showing my age a little bit, but that's all there was really.
Yeah, talk about playing with Danzig.
It's amazing. I mean, Glenn and I have become like these huge friends over the years, and I just consider it. I could continually consider it an honor. It's just. He's just an icon, and he's amazing. And I still, to this day, learn stuff from him. I mean, I know he's controversial. A lot of people don't agree with some of the ways he operates, but there's a method behind it, and a lot of his theories, etc., have come to unbelievable fruition. Like look with the Misfits. Like he's always had this commitment to own his own stuff and to have. No major labels and people controlling all his operation. And look at it now, they've proved everyone wrong. It's just the success of this reunion is unbelievable. And I just it's apart from the business side of it. I mean, I always loved Danzig's music from the Misfits, and in the first 3 Danzig records are solidly in my top 10.
Yeah, and we had Glenn on that metal show. And, when you think of Glenn Danzig, you think of this, very cocky, confident guy with his chest puffed out. And, obviously he's an iconic front man. Right. But we had him on the same episode as Bill Ward. And Glenn was very quiet during the episode. And, and afterwards he was so apologetic. And he was like, I'm so sorry I was quiet. And we're like, no, you were fine. And he goes, I just feel like, I didn't contribute. And we're like, dude, it was great. And he goes, I got to be honest with you. I was nervous. I was sitting next to my hero, Bill Ward from Sabbath.
God.
So, it was great to see that side of Glenn that most people don't see.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's got unbelievable respect for certain people, like Sabbath. I mean, come on. I mean, everybody. His knowledge of music from 1955 to 73 is uncanny. He just.
Yeah,
it's amazing. He's an encyclopedia for stuff, and he's just a combination of so many great songs and artists, and they're all in his psyche. I mean, he's amazing. He really is. His knowledge of is an encyclopedia on music from, like I said, that period, and you put him down with Rod Evans from Deep Purple. I mean, people don't know that, but I mean, he would be completely silent, and there's totally a lot of guys that he respects. So
and you worked with another controversial frontman, which is Al Jorgensen from Ministry. I guess that's maybe another part of you going back to Prong was how was that for you in terms of not being the guy up front? Did you enjoy being in the background, or did it kind of push you to think I actually do like to be in the front. I like to be the main guy.
No, I love playing guitar with Ministry, and Al gave me his second chair. I was doing a lot of writing and contributing to the records, etc. So I felt really a good part of that. I mean, I enjoyed playing with Ministry a lot. It's just that I think after after the Rio Grande Blood record, I was like sharing more writing with some of the other guys, and I wanted to have like I have so many ideas, so inevitably I needed to do Prong, where I have a lot more ideas or involved in the record. So, no, it was a great experience. I didn't feel bad with Ministry because it's another iconic thing when you're playing songs and then you're given the honor of writing with somebody like that. It's pretty cool.
Is Glenn retired now?
Oh.
So he pulled the Motley already.
I'll let him. I don't think he's busy with his film. So I mean,
yeah, he's been doing that recently. Yeah.
Yeah,
but he's not done touring.
All.
He's not done touring, is what you're saying.
I mean, I won't blow the load of announcing tours, whatever. But he may change his mind. But I mean, as far as I know, something may happen.
Everybody does, Tommy. Yep. They all do, don't they?
So it seems.
Yeah, I've been thinking of pulling that one. It's like,
including
this is my
you.
last tour. So maybe people will show up, but whatever.
Well, they just used to do that straight up in the 70s.
Really?
Whenever a band was tanking, they go, call this the last tour. And they used to really do it to bamboozle the fans. And and nowadays the way and the whole thing with Motley is so big in the news. But I would never accuse them of doing that on purpose to fool their fans. I just think people, they get to a certain point. Those guys, obviously had lots of periods in their life where they did not like each other at all, and you just go, you know what, it's not fun anymore, let's just let it go. And then a few years goes by and you go, I kind of want to do that again. Yeah, I miss it. So it's never over till it's over, Tommy.
It's true.
But there's so much demand for them, that's the thing. It's like, we live in the society that like the people dictate what's out there. They want it. So if they didn't want it, there would be no interest and they wouldn't do it. So that's just the way it is. I mean, sometimes you can't control these things. And it's the beauty of it. Like these iconic bands. Like them, they can keep going, and who knows? I mean, look at the Stones. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like, and they sound amazing too. So it's great. We thought as kids like, oh, when you're 26, you're over, but it never worked out. Your parents told you that. It's like, oh, you're 30, you're not going to be playing music anymore. But here we are. In our 50s, 60s, 70s, still doing this.
Well, don't let the short haircut fool you. Tommy Victor is plenty busy, and put your own band in that world of iconic bands, because Prong has changed and evolved over the years, but you've always kept it on the rails. The new EP is called Age of Defiance. You got 2 brand new Prong songs, both great songs. Then you got 3 live versions of classic Prong songs. Go out and pick that up. Look for Prong on tour once again. They are road dogs, and want to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, my brother.
Same to you, Don. Thank you so much for having me on, and I love you, and I'll see you back in the city at some point.
You got it, man. Take care.
See you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.